Look, how big a challenge has it been to get the club back to this point?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me on. It's been a big challenge, without question. And I think, obviously, we're 5 months paused. And at the start, there was, we had to sort of down tools, and it was understanding as much about the landscape at that moment in time. We had circa 45 elite athletes, essentially, that we had to try and that had to stay at home, and we had an obligation and a duty of care to try and keep their fitness levels to the standard that would get them back in as quickly as possible, which can be very difficult, particularly when you've got 130 kilo athletes that don't have that sort of weight or equipment at home that can keep them to the level that they need to be sort of operating at. So it's been difficult, and I guess it's been the not knowing in the one sense, and sort of having that visibility on when things will be able to restart. And then, being completely honest with you, there's nuances and complexities with the physicality and the level of contact within rugby as a sport that makes us probably one of the hardest sports, if not the hardest sport, to get back in a state of competition. So it's been long. It feels like it's been a long road to get to this point, but we've been hugely committed. We've got excellent members of our team that have worked around the clock to get the boys back in physical condition, and not just in this club, across all clubs, to be fair. And we've worked collaboratively with PRL, RFU and the RPA to get the sport in a position where tonight we're ready to go again.
How different is the game going to be? Obviously, as you say, it's a contact game. The sport has had to think about that. But broadly, a sport is not being played in front of live crowds. How different is it going to be, and when do you expect things to get back to normal?
Yeah, it's going to be really different. I mean, like any live sport or any sport, for example, we're largely reliant on our crowds, not least from a financing and a funding perspective. But we are in the entertainment space, and we obviously, both teams, to be fair, thrive off the connection and the connectivity that you have with the supporting individuals within the stadium. So it's going to take some adjustment from both sets of players, and obviously we're the home side tonight, and it's going to be different when they run out. But we've been training in the stadium periodically for the last couple of weeks to get used to it. The boys have obviously been watching a lot of professional football, and we've had visibility on how other sort of sports have responded. And I guess it's one of the extra sort of facets that they're going to mentally, psychologically, in order to put themselves in the best possible space to compete. And I guess it will be probably the teams and the individuals that manage that absence and that extra challenge the best will probably be the ones that come through the most successfully. But we've got a hugely connected set of fans with the club. We're going to miss them terribly tonight, but the focus of the team doesn't diminish. They're there to do a job. They're ready to do a job, and we're looking forward to it.